Hello, teacher. My name is Zhihong Liu, and here's my assignment 2 about 1073, and my topic's about Line Breaker, Sticksman Escape Trail. And it's about my part 1, game mechanic design. I think my game is an action game, and the background is talk about there's a break sneaker man in the digital world. One day he found that his world will be broken, so he tried his best to just escape from here. And our player have to help him, control him, and help him to escape from this world. And the final goals is just work out the life. And our player action is use WASD to control the link sneaker man. I mean, W for jump, S for squat, A is for go back, and D is for advance. The part one is about mechanism design, and this part was the space and time. You know, in my game, I think it's about 2D size, and the player can just jump freely, and what's more, to have some double jump. And for time, I think it's about a continuous and real time because all action for the player movements, the traps, the enemies, they just happen in the same time. Here's about objects and attributes and states. For the player, we have 1 HP and for 10 speeds. And what's more, in the some level, you can find that there's some enemy drone, and their speed is lower than player, but they can attack our player. So let's start our part two, the level design. Um, it's the first level. I call him the flooded core. You can see on the right of the picture, there's some marks such as the generation point, disappear platform, moving sawtooth, shell launcher, bomb, and bomb amended vehicles, time slowing clock, and next level door, and the spine. So in level one, the player over here on the left, and the goal is to get across all these broken platforms while a data flow rises from below. There's a big broken on turbine in the middle. It helps you know where you are and the kinds of space the level into. At one point, you have to roll through a tunnel to avoid failing the rise, which add pressure. I've placed the checkpoint right before the most intense hazard area, so players don't have to start all the way over. I think the reason why this level is pretty good because um, it's really friendly for those freshmen because they told us how to do some basic movements like jump, rolling, or just reaching fast. And here's my level two. I call him air tunnel zoom. And you can see there's also some new landmarks in the right of this picture, like the jetpack, the final key, and the mirror domain. I think it's the hardest part in the level two, and I will tell him a moment. So for the level two, things got a lot more vertical. The player starts at the bottom of the left and on the top of the left, my bad. And instead of just moving sideways, now we have to climb upwards using wind tunnels and floating platforms. There's an orange wine gate around the middle. It's basically a warning that the tough part is coming. This time, we also introduce flying enemy drones. They patrol around and will shoot and block player if we get too close. So it's really adds pressure in mid-air. Right before the hardest section where you have to chain multiple jumps in one zone. I placed a checkpoint so player don't have to restart everything. And you can see there's mirror domain. That's the my favorite parts because in this fields, W is for the down, S is for jump, A is for go advance, and D is for go back. So we can find that in these fields, all the action will just opposite with the control. So it's for the critical and analyze. I think the first about challenge and player skills. Um, it's really hard for player to get some Thai platform farming, timing, wine-based movements, and precision control over jump and rolls. And for the balancing, I think the regeneration checkpoint is pretty good because it's easy for the player just to die. So if the player dies, they can just return to the latest checkpoints. And I'm sure encouraging improvements without harsh punishment. For the level layouts, I think that both two levels is logics from left to right progression, and it's really enhanced by visual landmarks. And for the difficulty and flaws, you can see there's three kinds of difficult. First, absolutely difficult. Increase across levels and traps timing tightens and platform shrink. And second, relative difficult. For some of the player, it's hard for them to use such as the double jumps or just climb the wall climbing without the jetpack. The player have to use W, A, and D to climb the wall. So the player have to get the timing about how to use these three click. Yeah. And it's about my general convention. First, as an action platform, this game is, sorry, my bad. This game is alliance with general convention, side-scrolling 2D movements, real-time obstacle navigation. Fourth is it's emphasized on quick reflex and field controls. And there's another checkpoint-based death response system. And last one, I think the game also includes general typical mechanism, also such as the double jump, rolling, and wind-based hazards. So it's really encourage rhythmic gameplay and challenge anticipation. That's all. Thanks a lot.